I just found a new AI tool that instantly 4x my productivity once I started using it. In fact, this might be the most game-changing AI tool that everybody can benefit from. By the end of this video, you're going to know exactly what this tool is, how you could use it, and a bunch of crazy use cases I would recommend you use it for. Now, that brand new AI tool that I'm talking about is going to be Typeless, because this is a voice keyboard that makes you smarter. It's going to allow you to free yourself from your keyboard, and it lets you have your thoughts flow naturally so you get more done quicker. So if we come over here, we could see exactly how this gets set up when you sign up for Typeless right here. So if we click on this symbol right here, this is actually going to enable this, and we could see that that's exactly what that looks like. Now, in terms of dictation, watch this. My shopping list is bananas, oat milk, and dark chocolate. And then we do this, and now look at what this actually does. This went through, and this actually put this as this transcript how we wanted it. We could see that in my shopping list, and then we have 1, 2, 3, and this auto formatted this for us. We're in Slack. How about we meet tomorrow at, I don't know, 7 a.m.? Oh, actually, let's end up doing 3 o'clock. And we could see how this goes through, this thinks, and then this automatically actually fixes what I said. I said, this time, that time, but that realized that I really meant 3 o'clock, and it goes through and it auto edits it when I change my mind, which is insane. In addition to that, this can actually go through and translate things. We want to use translate, and you want to use this while you're interacting with your computer. You're actually going to use different keys. So if we just use the world key or the FN key down here, this is going to allow us to just be able to access Typeless, but we could see right here that we need to do that plus the shift button right here in order to use translate. So the translation language, I am actually going to do Spanish, and we're going to do Mexico Espanol. So we're going to come over here and we're going to say, here's the product info. The price is $9. The size is 30, and we offer free returns. And then check this out. Now this actually goes through. This thinks, this processes this. And not only did it translate the language, but it also went through and formatted it correctly. So it's doing cross-language translation, and it's automatically formatting it, which is incredibly powerful. The other thing I wanted to show you is going to be the Ask Anything feature. Again, in order to do this, we're going to use FN, and then we're going to do space, and that's going to allow us to actually ask things about this. For example, we could come over here, and let's say that we want to ask it something about this. We could highlight this text right here, and then we could say, please rewrite this text into a viral Twitter post with a confident tone, emojis, and hashtags. Now, what this is going to do is it's going to go through, and it is actually going to turn this right here into this. Look, it did this right inside of here. So now when you're reading articles or you're watching something or you're looking at something, it is going to be able to do this for you. We can very easily copy it, and it is insane. We come over here, we can also ask it other things. For example, if we need an answer for something or something along the lines of that, like check this out. Hey, could you please open up YouTube and do a search for TikTok algorithm 2026 and show me the videos? Now watch this. This is now going to go through. It's actually going to open YouTube. So it's taking action on my computer. Just did a search for this. And as you can see, I also make content about growing on social media. So it showed my channels. Now check this out. Can you please open up my Gmail and do a search for Montana energy bill? And then watch, it's able to do the same thing. It is literally going to open up my email, and it's going to do a search for that. In addition to that, a few other things I did want to show you from the dashboard right here. You could actually come over here and you could personalize this if you want to by simply just coming over into your settings right here. You could change whatever keyboard shortcuts you want. You could change the different languages and things like that. And the other thing that's pretty awesome is if we come over into dictionary right here, you'll be able to add in new words. If you're using different words, you could come in here and see what's auto added. You can manually add things. And if we come into history, we can actually see all the different things that we've gone through and done and asked us to do, and we could see how long it's going to actually keep it. And again, this is going to stay private. Now, before I walk you through some of my favorite use cases for using this tool, I wanted to remind you that you could go to the pinned comment below right now and get started with it today. This tool works in every app and from every device, so it's an absolute no-brainer for you to get started with. Now, the first use case that I love to use this for is replying to things. For example, my editor just went through and he sent me this thumbnail for another video that we're doing, and I want him to make a few changes. For example, hey, could you please go through this and change this a little bit? 1, I want you to change the person's shirt color to be yellow. And 2, for everything else in the thumbnail, please move it over to the left so that we're actually able to make them bigger. And then this is going to go through, this is going to think, this is going to type this out. And again, this formats this perfectly. Because when I'm looking at something like a thumbnail, it's really hard for me to look at the image, for example, pull it up like this, and then come over here and type a little bit out, and then look at it again. It's just way easier for me to be able to actually talk through this. And this makes replying to email so much easier because it's auto formatting it. It was getting rid of the ums and all of the stuff like that. And this just makes it way easier for me to do that. In addition, I could have also used this inside of Slack, inside of Discord, or any other chat app where I'm communicating with people. Now, the next use case that I really love to use this for is when I'm writing out my YouTube scripts, because it's really difficult to like type out a YouTube script and get through the whole thing because you don't understand like how it's actually going to sound. So what I do all the time is use it for this to be able to write my scripts so that I understand how I'm going to sound, how it's going to sound. And this is great because it gets rid of all the filler words. If I'm repeating things, it gets rid of that and it understands exactly what I want to put here. And where this really separates itself from all the other tools similar to it is it can actually handle me talking to it for a really long period of time. For example, by the end of this video, you're going to learn exactly how the YouTube algorithm works. We're going to be covering what you need to do in order to go viral, how you need to change your hashtags, what time you should be posting, and so much more. Change number one that you need to make sure that you're making is you need to begin updating the times that you're currently posting on YouTube. There are 3 brand new best times to post. The first one is going to be 11 a.m. The second is going to be 3 p.m. The third is going to be 7 p.m. Now, before I get into the rest of the changes that I want to describe for you, I wanted to make sure that you smash that subscribe button so that you learn how to grow faster on YouTube. Now, the next change that we need to get into is we need to make sure that you're going to be using the correct thumbnail format when you go to post something on YouTube. Because if you're not using the correct thumbnail format, what's going to end up happening is people aren't actually going to be able to click on your content. And then as a result, you're not going to get the views that you want. Put in parentheses right here that I should walk through this with a screen recording, and please bold it right there. Now, change number 3 is you need to make sure that you are using the right hashtags and you have the right settings actually turned on. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to let this go through, process this request, and look at how great this is. This actually went through and did a really good job at this. The only thing I need to come over here and edit, and I was kind of testing it out to see if it was going to be able to do that, was telling it to bold this like this, but it understood not to actually include that in the script right here. And look at this. This went through, this did this, and it got rid of anything where I was repeating myself. It knew to put this in a list right here. This is incredible how easy it makes for me just to be able to talk to things, whether it's talking to my email, whether it's writing out YouTube scripts. This just makes using a computer so much easier for me. And let's say that I wanted to get some more title inspiration. Guess what I could do? I could come over here and I could say, please open up YouTube and do a search for how the YouTube algorithm works in 2026. And then this is going to go through, and this is actually going to open this up. This is going to open up YouTube. I don't have to do this. This is now going through and this is doing that. In addition to that, if you ever get stuck for other use cases that you could use this for, if you actually pull up Typeless and you click on popular use cases right here, this actually brings you through a bunch of different use cases that you could use this for across so many different apps. It goes through different AI apps. It goes through writing apps. It goes through all the essential apps. You could actually scroll through these, and this gives you really good ideas for how you could actually use this for each of these things, which is incredible. It even works inside of engineering apps, project management apps, and anywhere where you are actually working. Now, the last use case I wanted to show you here is how I actually use this in order to translate things. For example, I have this message right here from my supplier. It is written in Chinese, and I had my assistant forward this to me because he didn't understand how he should actually reply. So I'm going to come over here. I'm going to tell him exactly how to reply, and I'm going to do it just like this. I'm going to come over here, and I am going to put in FN. I'm going to say, can you please tell them this? Now, this is going to go through. It's going to think about that. It is going to write this out right here. And then what I'm going to say is, this all sounds very good. Can you please send us the invoice and send us the next steps for how we could do this? Now, what that's going to do is that is going to translate what I just said into Chinese so that my assistant is going to be able to come in here and very easily just send them this. He doesn't have to copy and paste. He doesn't have to worry about going back and forth with the translation. It makes it incredibly easy to be able to deal with business, to be able to deal with partners, to be able to deal with communication that's in multiple languages. As a reminder, you could go to the pinned comment below and get started with Typeless today. This AI tool has completely revolutionized my productivity, and it's going to do the same for you. It's available everywhere where you are: Mac, Windows, Android, iOS. So what are you waiting for? Try it for yourself today.